This is the world's largest citrus growing area, Central Florida. Citrus is a multi-million-dollar agricultural industry with research continuously underway to improve its product. Much of this research is carried on at the Lake Alfred Experiment Station of the University of Florida. Today, one of their most important research projects deals with mechanical harvesting. Hundreds of ideas for the mechanization of citrus harvesting are developed or tested here. Head of the Lake Alfred Station is Dr. H.I. Reitz. Dr. Reitz, why the emphasis on mechanical citrus harvesting?
There are 700,000 acres of bearing citrus groves here in Florida. All of these acres are heavily bearing citrus trees with about 70 trees per acre. Each citrus tree will bear about 1,500 fruits per tree. This means that we have to pick 73 billion citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, tangerines, lemons, and limes each year. This acreage is increasing quite rapidly as we bring into development more acres in the southern part of the state using advanced water management techniques. So far, we are doing all of this work by hand labor. It is difficult to get citrus fruit to separate from the tree. In order to actually do this without damaging the peel, a twisting and pulling or snapping action is required. This is very hard work, and we are running into a serious problem of obtaining enough labor to actually get the job done. This is why we are very much interested in the development of reliable mechanical harvesting systems. But until the day that we develop these reliable mechanical harvesting systems, we will still be heavily dependent upon what our agricultural engineer Glenn Coppock calls twist and jerk horsepower.
Good picking of these Valencias, for instance, requires a simultaneous rotating and snapping action. That action prevents plugging and tearing of the peel, but the fruit doesn't come off easily. Rotate, snap, over 73 billion times a year. A big job for potential mechanical harvesters. Let's look at some of them. Here's one developed by Don Linker, agricultural engineer with the Agricultural Research Service of the Department of Agriculture. How does it work, Don?
These 5 1/4 inch neoprene augers do the job for us on this machine. The large, mature fruit is caught in the spaces between the augers and is twisted and pulled off with an action similar to a hand picker. Here, let me show you how it operates. If the tree could be trained into hedgerows with all the large branches in the interior of the tree, it's conceivable that the spindles could be made to swing into and out of a tree at a rate synchronized with a continuous forward motion of the machine. If that idea works, we could expect to see more and more solid tree hedges in the future for continuous motion picking.
Another of the active minds at the station belongs to Glenn Coppock, an agricultural engineer for the Florida Citrus Commission, one of several agencies that cooperate on citrus research.
The citrus growers need harvesting equipment of high economic efficiency. That's not the only requirement. It must harvest the fruit without damage to the fruit or to the trees. At the citrus station and among growers, we think in terms of systems. This machine will fit into a harvest system. It has its own fruit collecting equipment. Someday, a tree shaker harvest system may be used in combination with a chemical loosener.
Well, citrus machinery researchers have certainly come up with many imaginative concepts for citrus harvesting. Some of them are spectacular, such as the one developed by the FMC Corporation of Ocoee, Florida. Oscillating air directed into the tree from axial flow blowers shakes the tree, snapping off fruit. The harvester does not have direct contact with the tree. The wobble plate oscillators direct the air from the 2 vertical slots up and down, giving tree limbs a lift and snap action. Falling fruit is caught on a padded catch frame on the opposite side of the tree. After being caught, fruit is conveyed and elevated into large containers, which, when filled, are set off behind the machine. This harvester promises improved efficiency for citrus harvesting, since the machine and connected catch frame move continuously through the grove. Harvest speed is about a tree every 1 to 3 minutes. No simple job researching and developing machinery for agriculture. As citrus experiment station scientists continue their work, they follow the philosophy expressed by Dr. A.H. Kresdorn, head of the Fruit Crops Department at the University of Florida.
It is one of our purposes to upgrade the laborer and add to his dignity by removing from his job some of those undesirable features that have always been associated with agricultural labor. When the efficiency and productivity of the laborer is increased, everyone benefits. The consumer benefits from lower prices, the grower makes more money, and there is actually developed an increased demand for skilled labor. With the wilderness lands that we have yet to be developed, and with the assured markets that we have, we feel that the benefits that will be accrued by this state will be tremendous. We also feel that through the research we're doing in mechanization and in other areas, that we will be able to give to a greater number of peoples of the world the citrus products that have long been recognized as having great dietary benefits.